just to make sure that you're with me, because I need you to be with me to receive. Because if your hands are all full, you're not going to be able to receive. So just to make sure that you are with me, I'm going to check in and say, are you with me? And when I say, are you with me? Can you just say, hey, are you with me? Hey. And I may say something or share a story, a circumstance, a situation through my previous life that you may resonate with. I may something that you connect with. And if I do say something, just give me an AA. Are you with me? Yeah. This is a continuation of yesterday's, where I had the whiteboard and I spoke about the I am way. I gave a brief story of my previous life. And just for those viewers that are here today that was with me yesterday, I'm just going to give you a quick spill of the my previous life. So I grew up in a council estate, single parent family, witnessing domestic violence. By the time I was 9 years old, I was in the care of the local authority, from foster care to children's homes. By the time I was 12 years old, I was smoking crack cocaine in the West End of London, being groomed and exploited by older individuals. And then I got my first DTO about 13 years old. What is a DTO? It's a detention and training order. From 13 to 29 years old, I was in and out of prison, Her Majesty's prisons throughout the UK, from Medway, Kent, Brixton to Ranby, all over the whole of the country, because I was a menace of society. However, 2012, I was in my prison cell, and I'd been in the chapel, I'd been in the mosque, I've been in the Buddha temples, I'd been in the self-help section of the library. I was in seek for transformation and change, but I just didn't manage to find it. However, in 2012, I prayed out to whatever I was praying out to in my prison cell, dark night of the soul. And when I prayed out, I was vibrating from head to toe. The only feeling that I can explain is pure ecstasy running through my body from head to toe, but I was in a cell, sober, on my own. From that day forward, I've never been the same since. Probation said, what are you going to do when you get out, Dwayne? I said, I'm going to get a job. She said, what if you don't get one? I said, I'll create one. I done just that. I got out, I was working in an agency, and then I got employed by a banker. The banker asked me to dig that hole there, put the mud over there, and then on the Saturday, move it back over there. Yeah? And then he had me picking the daffodils out of his garden, Mel B's old place in Little Marlow. And then the same daffodils, you go and make a wish. So I'm picking out, I'm 29 years old. I'm not 15 or 14 years old. I'm 29, I've got my own kids, and there's a banker telling me to pick daffodils. However, I picked the daffodils because you have to be a yes man before you become a boss man. And it was a process. It wasn't Jason, the banker, asking me to pick the daffodils and dig that and do that. It was life humbling me for the future. And sometimes life will give you a few slaps and pressure you and put you in a corner, and sometimes bring you down, so down that you just want to sit down, lay down, and sometimes you lay down, go to sleep, and sometimes you wake up the next day and you don't even want to get up because life's that bleak. That's the nature of life, because there's laws, universal laws. There's laws of the land. There's laws of the land where I used to break the laws of the land. Hence, I spent majority of my life in a prison cell. However, that's where I found my true self, that I am that I am. When that probation officer come up, she said, what are you going to do? I got out, I got the job, A, B, and C. However, I ended back up in a children's zone. I was in the children's zone with keys. The children are in bed, senior position. I'm still on prison license. I've been in and out of prison my whole life. And I'm sitting there with keys. The children are in bed in a children's home. Then I end up back into a prison with keys and contracts with Ministry of Justice, DWP, walking around the prison with keys, the same prisons that I was a prisoner in. So then I got contracts. I got no education. But Richard Branson said on the island, there was an entrepreneur, and he thought, this is the best time now. He's gone up to Richard. He said, Richard, if there's one thing that you can teach me, what would it be? He said, hire people that can do things that you can't or better than you, and leave them to it. That's what I'd done, and then we created the OCN London curriculum. But that's enough about me. I just wanted to share my story to those that wasn't here yesterday. So you've got insights to where I came from, no education, outcast of society, now to be sitting on boards within Buckinghamshire, Swan Envoy with some of the most influential people within the country, and being able and trusted to go back into prison and have access to National Offenders Management System and keys to the prison when I've still got no education now, but I know who I am. Dwayne Nathan Jack, mastermind mentor, motivational speaker, educator in human potential. But I'm not here today to share my story about me. I'm here to give you some insights, wisdom, and knowledge so that we can peel some of those layers off of that onion, the core to who we truly are. So now I'm just going to bring the arousal levels down, the heartbeat down, the stimulation down. It says, be still and know that I am. Sometimes there's so much doing, there's so much rushing, there's so much striving, there's so much fear, but it's all here. And the minute we slow down, the minute we become conscious. My previous life, I was unconscious. But as you see, as we slow it down, everything around you starts slowing down because you become present and you're able to be the observer of the participator. There's someone in the room doing now. You can feel the vibration. Everyone else is slowed down. And then you start being able to hack into your own psyche, subconscious program, delete the software from the past, monkey see, monkey do, all the experiences as a toddler, mum, dad screaming, shouting, arguing, complaining. It's all data within our PC. But is the data serving us? Is the data contributing to peace, harmonious relations, conversations? The most powerful conversation and relation is with I am. Because without that intimate relationship, I wouldn't be. And it's slowing down, stripping ourselves from all the glittery things, all the distractions, all of this stuff we feel within our hands, within our minds. I've got to do that. I forgot to do that. And stripping it back to basics. History, people were in slavery, physically. In the old stories of Pharaoh and the Israelites, a lot of physical slavery. Now, we're in the same times, people, but it's not physical. It's energetically, spiritually. We look around, we're walking across the road in our phones. We're driving on our phones. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We're being taken further and further and further away from I am. It's an intimate relationship. And the minute we get that intimate relationship, everything flows for you and through you. Because the I am is pure consciousness. And it's consciousness that orchestrates everything that you can see, taste, and touch. But we're wearing our pants and our underwear around in the wrong way round. Because we're seeking everything externally when we need to first seek the kingdom. What is the kingdom? The kingdom is a vibrational frequency, and the vibrational frequency of consciousness will enable you to embody that, what you desire. Even desiring something's wrong, because why would you need to desire something when you are everything? The I am that I am is everything. You embody your dreams, you embody it, so then it comes to you. You become a magnet to it. If you're lacking, your dreams are in the future, or your achievements are in the future, your finances are in the future. Oh, because the money in the bank, the numbers are down, that puts fear and anxiety. No, it's not about the numbers in this bank. It's all about the numbers in this bank. Value in you. Walking and talking as if it already is. And you will see that life will start flowing for you, to you, the people, circumstances, situation. Then all of a sudden it's like we've been asleep in a coma. Because we haven't been awake. We've been unconscious, operating from the subconscious. So I just ask you the questions today. Are you operating from an unconscious program? Through past relationships, parenting, schools, peers, limitations, lacking, doubt, worry, anxiety? Or are you operating from I am, a powerful, infinite being, the creator of our realities? We are all creators of our realities. We just haven't been taught in school, in uni, A, B, and C. Yes, all the things that we're taught, all great stuff. However, the most important education that one could ever be on a quest to is the man and woman in the mirror. Because once we get to know thyself, our brain, our heart, it's electronic, it's magnetic. We're able to just orchestrate our life as if what it shows on the cartoons. You've got Walt Disney, you've got the blank canvas. There's the blank canvas. The paintbrush starts painting Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck. What happens to the picture? It comes alive. It comes alive and starts moving. Our paintbrush is our thoughts. As the add-on from yesterday, our thoughts create our feelings create our emotions. Our emotions are a driving force of our behavior for our body to move. But it's in the feeling is the vibrational frequency that goes out into the universal ocean. And the universal ocean provides you with the circumstances, situation, and events. The language to the universal ocean is the feelings. We just need to become conscious, delete the old software of our thinking and beliefs. And guess what? We start creating. But it's not as easy as that, as you know. You've got to have a knowing and faith and intention. With all these elements, you're walking day by day. Before you start your day and grab your phone and look at Twitter or this, that, and the other, close your eyes. I'm going to challenge you now. Obviously, it's for yourselves to be challenged to yourself. Every morning before you get up and grab your phone, close your eyes, put a time on it, 7 minutes. Create your day. Create your week. Feel the person's hand as you shake it, as that deal. Create the feeling driving home after you've closed that deal or whatever it is, that feeling of you jumping on the phone and telling your partner or whoever it is. Create that feeling as if throughout your imagination, because it's vibration. And when you do that and continually create your days, your weeks, your relationships, your conversations and relations before you get up and come into this physical realm, you will start seeing results. However, what can fast track that and make it more potent is by your diet, your lifestyle. Depending on what frequency you are, will determine how fast your dreams and desires come to you. I used to obviously be naughty, and when we used to get computers, this was back in the days, I don't know if I'm showing my age now, this was before Pentium, this was 486s, 586s. So this was before Pentium. This was before, they were 486s and 586s computers. But it's only like real, like office people, wealthy people would have them. But these computers, they're 486, 586, they're very slow. You got i7 now, yeah? So what determines the two systems, yeah? These are slow. You press download, it's pairing, it's going like that. The i7, it's downloaded instantly, yeah? You send the email, it's instant. And that's the same as us. We are PCs. We carry megahertz, yeah? With our vibrational frequency. So the higher your vibrational frequency, the quicker your dreams, your desires, and people will all come to you. The lower the system, the slower it's going to be, and the more frustration. Are you with me? So, are you with me? So the moral of the story is it's slowing the system down, becoming still, becoming centered, building that relationship with self, and using a diary, a journal, whether it's down to your diet, whether it's down to your exercise, your meditation, and then implementing some of these tools and strategies. Because the biggest breakthroughs that I've had is when I sat outside the prison and I closed my eyes and pictured myself being shown around the prison. I got into the prison. How could someone with a criminal record like myself, menace to society, get into a prison, sit in the boardroom, the governors, counseling the governors within the prison, and then getting contracts with Ministry of Justice, DWP? How do you do it? And then come out of the prison and then get invitation to my borough, Buckinghamshire, from the director of the council to sit on. How do you do it? And the day before I was riding past and I looked at the swan and started doing that. We are powerful beings. There's nothing fortunate to do with myself. It's just the pain and the suffering that I wanted to obviously tap into something because of that pain. So now I minimize risk. It's about minimizing risk. Does that thing or that person or that environment make you feel uncomfortable? Does it upset you? Is it bringing stuff up? So why are you going to keep going over here? Why are you going to keep being in this relationship if it's making you feel the way you're feeling or devaluing you as a person or as an individual? It's about valuing oneself, respecting self, looking after self, the body, the mind, the spirit. And once you start looking after your body looks after you. It's a two-way street, life and you. Life does not. I've built a relationship now to the point if I go and break boundaries, and that could be boundaries to possibly eating cake. That's how extreme it is, how it is now, because I know it's not good for me. And then what will happen? I will suffer from it. Because I've learnt the patterns of the universe. I've learnt the patterns, and it's the same as your own patterns. It's gaining a deeper understanding of what works, what don't work. But you have to be conscious to collect the data and journal to see the patterns. Because once you see the patterns, then you realize, every Wednesday when I go to or A, B, and C and interact, I feel down. My energy's down. Every time I leave that person, I feel sucked. I feel drained. So it's about managing the business, your business for yourself as leaders, business owners, executives, because it's once you've got the business with yourself right, then you're able to do the business externally. Are you with me?
Hey.
So just so just before I round up, I'm just going to see who's, obviously you take some encouragement, we're in a safe space, a safe place, something that someone's struggling with currently.
Yes, I'm struggling with the aftermath of having had a forced abortion.
Yeah.
And it's manifested now
Yeah.
in hoarding.
Yeah. Yeah. Specific hoarding of specific items, or?
Well, the main items initially were prams, pushchairs, baby items,
So
maternity clothing, and baby bed, what do you call it, bed frames,
yeah.
things like cots, or whatever. Yeah, and then it turned out to, I'm collecting everything from the neighbourhoods, okay?
Yeah.
In my home.
Okay, but everything that you're collecting from the neighbourhood is identified with baby?
Yes.
With stuff?
Yes, and
Okay.
all stuff that I need.
Yeah.
Because of my personal circumstances, I'm married but a single parent.
Yeah.
Quote, quote. So it's just not having the money to go out and buy something from Harrods.
Okay.
So if I needed a settee, for instance,
Yeah.
and I see one outside, okay, whatever. Or sometimes I go to the child shop or wherever, second hand.
Okay. So let's just go back to that part with the holding. Is it specifically for baby stuff, or is everything?
Initially, it was baby items because I didn't realise it.
So initially it was, but then you've obviously the pattern of behaviour. You're getting other things, A, B, and C.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking about other people.
But what I'm picking up on is a lack. It's a loss. It's a lack. So you're trying to fulfill something that's the loss with things that's not going to fulfill that, and it's just letting go psychologically within your mind. You just got to let go of that situation. Yes, people come, people go. We're all gonna die and cross over. It's just about just letting go, releasing. Can you see the shackles now?
Yes.
Can you see them releasing?
Yes.
The chains breaking. Yeah,
yes.
Breaking. The chains are broken now, and all you need to do now is just be whole. Let that past experience go. It's gone. Can you see the door? What does the door look like that you're closing now? Yeah, it's open, but we need to close it. Now let's close it now. Let's close the door. What does the handle look like? What does the handle look like? What color is it? Close the door now.
Okay.
Close the door. How does it feel?
It feels liberated. It feels liberating.
The door does not need to be opened again.
Yes.
Give me the key. The door don't need to be open again. Okay. And moving forward now into the new world, because it's a new world, it's a new aura. The past doesn't exist now. Where we are is here, the power of now. The future doesn't exist, but the future can exist when we create it in here. But it can only be positive. It can only be high frequency thoughts. Imagination is creation. Visualization is creation. The past doesn't exist. So now we've got to step into the new. But in the new, we're whole now. We're overflowing. We're not lacking. We don't need to seek to try and fulfill, because now you're full. Yes. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Do you know the cup's overflowing now?
Yes.
So you're not in need anymore to fulfill the old, because you're full to go into the future. Right. And how does someone walk into the future that's full? They're upright, they're smiling. They don't even have conversation about the past, unless it's being used to share the breakthrough and the glory of what you've just come through. But right now, as the foundation dries, the concrete, because it's just been poured down, the foundation's just been done, we need to leave it a month before we even discuss anything about it. And then when it's solid, you can walk across it, because we don't want to walk across it now, because you will sink. And it.
Yes.
So then the month, the 17th of next month, you're not gonna, because the door's closed now. It's healing process for the concrete. It's already done. Just say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
am.
Yes.
Thank you.
I am healed.
I am healed.
Say it to yourself.
I am healed.
Scream it to yourself.
I am healed.
Louder.
I am healed.
Louder.
I am healed.
Just before we go, I just want to finish up. So when I was in prison, sorry to go back, but that's the majority of the time that I spent, and a lot of other people that are in prison now, but not locked up physically, but they're mentally in prison. So I don't look at prison as HMP, bars, bolts and windows. I look at it as a mental prison as well. When I was in prison, there was a homeless guy going home, and I was waiting to go education. And as I was waiting to go education, he said, he's going home tomorrow, but he's coming back. And I said, what? He said, he's going home, but he's coming back. I said, what do you mean? I'm homeless. So I said, okay. And I remember there was a Christian rehab. So I took him to the chapel. We was praying for him. As we were praying for him, I looked up, I could see his eyes because I was praying for him. I see his eyes looking, thinking, because he could hear me praying. Yeah. All of a sudden, I asked the chaplaincy to sort out this rehab for him. So left it to the chaplaincy guy. I've gone back to my cell. In my cell, I had no TV, just books, chessboard, and my little apprentice there. So now I'm reading my book, and then the chaplaincy guy come to the door. He said, I've got some good news. He goes, I've got the rehab for the guy that you said. I said, oh, that's great. And there's me in prison. I said to him, if there was more people in... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. That's falling unconscious. Yeah? If there was more... There's me in the prison. I said, oh, if there was more people like me and you in the world would be a better place. The chaplaincy see me in and out of the prison all the time. So he's got me saying, if the place, like the world had more people like me and you, I'm in the prison cell like that, shouting through. He's probably thinking, you're off your rocker, mate. But anyway, as I'm there speaking to the guy, my cellmate's chucked a spring out the window. As he's chucked the spring out the window, because I heard ping, ping, I thought, what's he doing? And then as he's done that, I said, what are you doing, mate? He goes, oh, I just chucked something out the window. I said, okay. And I said, bye to the chaplaincy guy. As I sat down, I've opened up my book. And there was a spring in the page. But when I saw the spring, because he's chucked it off the wall and it's landed in my book with my finger because I've holding my page. As he done that, I've sat down and I've seen the spring and I thought, the I am told me there's something in this page. Read this page. So as I looked, the spring's there, but I've already read the book before, look, and the spring is there, whereas there's the arrow pointing, and it says God, all right? Now let me read this what the I am was saying, look, underneath the attachment is fear of change, of losing what you've worked so hard to have. When you're attached to what happens, life is fraught with disappointment. The intelligent way is to learn first simply to be open to your true nature, the fullness of being. From here, you can do. You can take action that springs, the word spring, from a deep sense of wholeness. And then you'll have the things in your life you want, but you won't be so attached to them. Your happiness will spring from beingness itself. Discover the joy in being. Do what you love and be grateful for what you have. To live this way is the surest path to both freedom and fulfillment. Remember that your wave on the ocean of life. Be a wave. Make a big splash if you want. Get out there and do something magnificent with your life. Or at the very least, do what you have always wanted to do. But don't forget the ocean, the larger reality that is your true nature. This is where the true power, the source of creativity, love, and inspiration is to be found. The word spring is on this page twice. The word spring is not in this book, only that page where the spring landed in the book when I was at the door, serving, trying to help. Find out what you love and love what you do. and you no longer are working or striving, because you're embodying love, and you will become a magnet to your dreams and all that you want to experience within your life. Thank you ever so much. Dwayne Mason Jack.